Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Okay, so today we want to, I want to give you guys an update today as to how the hair is doing post Overtone hair mask. So I know I apologize for the lighting. The lighting is not the greatest in here, but I wanted to try to come in so you guys could see what the hair is looking like. She just, I think, is almost back to just totally gray, white and black. As far as just my experience with the product, I really wanted to come and talk about that and talk about a couple other things just regarding using any kind of color depositing conditioners on your gray hair. So I had a great experience, but I kind of had an idea of what my hair would do as far as, really just grabbing on to the color. I have non-porous hair, so I had a feeling that the color would not really grab onto my strands unless I really let it sit for an extended period of time. I think, as I told you guys in the video, that I allowed it to sit for about 10-15 minutes and then I rinsed it out. So that I think is the reason why I got such a subtle look from from that particular color. As far as how my hair felt fine. It wasn't super dry. I mean, I have dry hair. I didn't experience any excessive dryness. The hair, as far as the color, what I did have really washed out and it has faded really just ideally. Not a situation where I have pink areas and gray areas. It is just really fading nicely, almost to the point where I can't really even see the pink anymore. That's a plus for me, so I'm really glad about that. Now, what I did do as far as just that maintenance routine, I used a clarifying shampoo. I used the Olaplex 4C to clarify, and then I also used a deep conditioner, which I know it's a Design Essentials, but I can't remember the name, but I will put that product right here. Absolutely fabulous deep conditioner. I love it. So that's what I did. And I allowed that deep conditioner to sit in my hair, I think for about 40 minutes, just because my hair really needed it. But it was my first time using that deep conditioner and it was great. I loved it. I think it is really important for us as gray hair ladies to deep condition every week. It's so important, especially if you're a curly girl like me and if you have that non-porous hair. A lot of times, we have a hard time keeping our hair moisturized. So, and when I say moisturized, I mean hydrated. The water just does not want to penetrate those strands. It's just really hard. So, deep conditioning, if you want to do a steam cap, that's great. However you want to do it, but just make sure that you deep condition. And then I think after I did do the shampoo and the conditioner, this was my second time washing, I did not notice much of the pink. I think I said that before. I did not, just a very hint of color, and it just seems to be fading. So, and today, if you guys look at my hair, you can barely notice it. I think, because of the light here, you might be able to see just a hint of the pink, but I think overall, I think it's just about gone. But I'm gonna stick to that 7 to 10 washes, and just to make sure that it totally gets rid of, get rid of that color in the hair. But honestly, it has been I really enjoyed it. It was so nice. Now, I do want to talk about using any kind of color depositing or staining on the hair, especially when it comes to your gray hair. I know a lot of you guys have taken the time to grow your hair out to get it to where it is. I mean, I can relate. I've done the same thing. And the last thing you want to do is to mess it up. So, my experience with Overtone, and I think because of the color that I used, and because of the porosity of my hair, it's non-porous. Um, I think just the color stain, because I only left it on for the 10 to 15 minutes, gave me the effect that I got. Now, there was a comment, and I'm going to put it right here. Young lady said that she used, I want to say it was blue, and the color, it stained her hair. It grabbed and it stained, and she could not get it out, and she was gray. And so I was like, oh my gosh. So I did do some research and found out that colors like blue, red, purple, those colors will grab onto the hair and it can stain it. It can permanently stain some hair, especially if you're a person who has porous hair. That color can grab on, even though it's supposed to be temporary, it can act like a semi-permanent color. So I would definitely say be careful and know exactly what it is that you want to do. Now, I do have colors, purple, and I have a pink. Um, I am thinking about doing the pink, maybe sometime next month. But, I just want you guys to be careful. And, I just wanted to do it on my hair because I thought it was something that'd be really cool to bring to you guys so you could see. But, at the same time, make sure that you're very careful, especially in the color choices. Now, if you're a person that, you don't really care, I love my gray, but I like, coloring different colors, that's all well and good. But also, I think it's important for you to know the colors that can be, that can permanently stain the hair if possible. Okay, so when I did do some research, I found out some really interesting things. So, um, for one, I was searching as to Overtone being a color depositing conditioner. Is that the same as a semi-permanent? And basically, it is a stain, and that stain can act like a semi-permanent color. So it doesn't need this. So there's no developer. It sits on the hair cuticle, and it can stain depending on your hair type. And as I mentioned before, if you do have porous hair, so that's hair that accepts moisture, water quickly, or you have lightened hair, so it's going to grab onto that lightened hair. Some of the other things that I thought were really interesting, as I mentioned, the colors that may stain and last are blue, purple, and red. So, and it does have magenta. So, what it says about the blue, it says that it's hardest to remove and can fade green. The purple may leave a cool or violet cast, which in some cases, I mean, like for me, I wouldn't really care about that. Um, I don't think it would be any reason for me to cut my hair off if I did have a cool cast, but I don't want that. But so I'm a little on the fence when it comes to the purple. As far as the red and the magenta, it says it fades slowly and can leave warmth in the hair. We've talked about the blue, the red, and the purple. So let's talk about green. Now, I don't know how many people out there would want to use green, but I was curious about it. If we're talking about all of those other colors, what about the green? So it says that green dyes are usually made from a mix of blue and yellow. So the blue part sticks hard, like, we talked about earlier. And then the yellow can leave a dull, murky look. And it's hard to say how it's going to fade. So you have no idea how that fade is going to be. So it can fade to be teal, it could fade to be like a minty color, or it could be a muddy green, like a muddy blonde almost. Now, it did say that on gray hair, that it could make the gray hair, really dull and slightly like kind of, I guess, almost swampy, kind of odd looking color. Blue being the hardest to get rid of. Green, you just don't know what it's going to fade to be. The purple could leave a really cool tint, and then the red, that could leave your hair like sort of looking warm. So those are the colors, at least the colors if you're wanting to do fun colors. I haven't gotten into any of like the gray enhancing colors or anything like that. So I was just looking to possibly do something that was fun, kind of different. But, like I said, when the young lady left the comment about it, turning her hair and she could not, it wouldn't wash out, I wanted to come on and let you guys know and give you just some information on, just some of the experiences and then some of the information that I found online about just the color conditioning products and how they stain the hair. But as far as me and mine, she's thriving, and it's still looking good. I think I can see a slight bit of the pink in there, but it's very, very minimal. And that's that. So if you guys have any questions about the Overtone or any of the things that we discussed in this particular video, to leave all of the information in the description or in the comments below, and I will get back to you. I'm gonna respond to you. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna give you my absolute honest opinion on it. So for me, Overtone was a thumbs up, just on the color that I used, and I've only used one, and that was the rose gold, and it was beautiful. I loved it. I am considering doing the pink, but at this point, I'm not really sure. I'm just gonna kind of enjoy, the little bit of stain that I have left. And then when this is gone, I think I'm just gonna, enjoy the gray. But anyhow, you guys have an amazing day, and we will see you in the next one.